Well, the Phillies have won a baseball game. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Phillies Hot Stove Media Tier Captain. This afternoon's game is in the Philadelphia Phillies and the Washington Nationals as the Phillies defeat the Nationals by a final score of 5-1 as they have taken the first game of this four-game series. And I don't know how this is going to go, right? Of course, this was supposed to be a day-night doubleheader. First game, of course, was played as scheduled at 1:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the second game was supposed to be played at 7:05. And the rain got in the way of that. Now they're back to the original plan, which is to have the doubleheader tomorrow. But guess what? Rain is on the forecast for tomorrow as well. I think there's a chance that maybe they could get the second game in. I don't know about the first one. Because the rain, at least around in the Philly area, is supposed to stop, early to mid-afternoon tomorrow. But I don't know how it's going to be for Washington, D.C. But, hey, the Phillies are back in the win column. They snap their 5-game losing streak. Now, guys, before we get into this video, please subscribe if you have not yet. Please turn on that notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. Finally. Currently, at the time of this video, there is no score in the Marlins-Brewers game. Hopefully, the Marlins can take care of business against them. And if they do, we're going to be a game and a half above the Milwaukee Brewers. So hopefully that could happen. Currently, I mean, the Atlanta Braves beating the Mets 5-1. So there's going to be another tie for the first place spot. They rocked Jacob deGrom tonight. So this is interesting. Let's just sit back and watch. The two NL East Kings battle this one out. With the Mets and Braves. It's going to be very interesting to watch. It's going to be very fun to watch. But getting back to this ball game, this is a must-win for the Phillies. I mean, first of all 3 games of that Cubs series are must-win games, and they came out 0-3. But nice solid 5-1 here this afternoon. Of course, Eric Fetty does terrible against the Phillies. Of course, we did not get to see Bryce Harper bomb against Eric Fetty today, which is disappointing. But hey, of course, he's not going to do something amazing every single time he faces him. But we're now 12 games over that 500 mark. So thankfully we won this ball game. Of course, it was scary in the end. Of course, it's always like that. Certainly Dominguez, 30 plus pitches. We probably won't see him the rest of the weekend. I'm not kidding. I'd be very surprised. There's a peek of the scoring summary here in the top of the first inning. He has done it for the second time in his career. Rhys Hoskins homers on a fly ball, true right center field the other way, a solo shot, and it's 1-0 Philadelphia. So congratulations to Rhys Hoskins, second time in his career that he has hit at least 30 home runs in a season. So that's certainly a big accomplishment for a guy like Rhys. Congrats, man. Congrats. It's not easy to do. Of course, he almost did it in 2019. He was stuck on 29 to end off the season. He was on 29 for like weeks. Last year, he would have done it, but of course, he was out pretty much the entire month of September. And in 2020, if you would have taken the amount of home runs that he hit, he was probably going to be on pace for at least 30 home runs that year if it would have been a 162-game season. So, of course, he did hit 34 in 2018. I don't think he's going to get to 34 this year. But thankfully, he was, luckily able to hit that 30 home run mark. So, Kyle Schwarber with 42, Rhys Hoskins with 30. That's pretty awesome. Bryce Harper, if he would have been healthy this year, he would have also had at least 30. Nick Castellanos, a name that should have been in there as well. He just was absolutely horrible. We pick it up here in the top of the fourth inning. Gene Segura singles on a line drive to center field. And Brandon Marsh comes around to score. And the Phillies now extend the lead 2-0. So, Gene Segura hits the ball hard. Of course, that was hit off of Eric Fetty. And went into center field. It's feeling pretty good. I'm like, hey, Eric Fetty's mowing down this Nationals lineup. Honestly, it doesn't take much to mow down this Washington Nationals lineup. But guess what? He was getting the job done in our offense. It wasn't, firing at all cylinders, but hey, it was doing the job. It was doing the job. Then we pick it up here in the top of the sixth inning. Bryson Stott at the plate. Jordan Weems balks. With Nick Castellanos at third, and he obviously comes around to score, and the Phillies now extend the lead 3-0. So how about that? So a free run gifted from the Washington Nationals. Thank you. We will definitely take that one So you don't see that every day. And that is just pathetic. How in the world do you let that happen? We get to take advantage of a balk. Then we pick it up here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The only lonely run the Nationals would put it on the board is Luis Garcia singles on a ground ball to left field. The other way, Alex Call comes around to score, and it's now a 3-1 ball game. I still felt fine. I still thought we would win this game. Of course, I was off of Zach Eflin, who still went in and did this job just fine. Then we pick it up here in the top of the 9th inning. Rhys Hoskins singles on a line drive the other way to right field. Gene Segura comes around to score, as it's now a 4-1 ball game. So we get that run back. Now we get our 3-run lead back. And to have a day, Rhys Hoskins, 2 RBIs, of course, the home run and the RBI single. So Rhys had a pretty productive day today. Then we pick it up here in the same inning. Another guy that had a big day today, and he made history. We'll get to this in a little bit. JT Realmuto grounds to third as they were able to get Bryce Harper out at second. But meanwhile, Bryson Stott was able to come around and score as Realmuto was able to beat that one out to avoid the double play. And it's now 5-1 Philadelphia. So now a nice 4-run cushion for the Phillies, and that would be enough. So 5-1 is your final score. The Phillies have won the first game of this 4-game series, but I just want to get these games in. You know what I mean? It's just like this the anxiety. Like, we don't know when it's going to happen. You know what I mean? It's just things like that. So Kyle Schwarber out of the leadoff spot. A rough day today, going 0 for 5. So he was absolutely pitiful, striking out 2 times. My, he did not look good. And Rhys Hoskins, 2 knocks here this afternoon, the solo shot and the RBI single. Very productive day for Rhys Hoskins, collecting his 30th home run of the season, 78 RBIs. Hopefully he can get to that 80 mark and an 814 OPS. And one thing I do find glaring about this team, and it's just very strange to me, all the home runs. I mean, first of all, there's been a lack of home runs since the start of the second half of the season. There's not one guy on this team, not one, that will have 100 RBIs. No Philly has hit 100 RBIs since Bryce Harper in 2019, which is very interesting. Very, very interesting. Of course, Bryce Harper had 114 RBIs back in 2019. Speaking of Bryce, he collected a knock today on a single and also was able to draw a walk. He had a fairly productive day off of his former teammate on the Nationals and in Las Vegas. Of course, he absolutely hits nukes off of him. Has in his career since joining the Phillies. And 903 OPS for Bryce and JT Realmuto. What a day! Of course, he's able to collect his 25th double of the season, as he also stole 2 bags. And of course, driving in one on the RBI ground out. It was that force out. Boy, he made history today. He became the second catcher in Major League Baseball history to have at least 20 home runs and 20 stolen bags in a season. So let that sink in. 20 home runs and 20 stolen bags. So JT Realmuto has done it. Of course, he stole 2 here this afternoon in the nation's capital. He's just the BCIB, ladies and gentlemen. An 812 OPS for Realmuto, along with 83 RBIs. So I love it. 21 stolen bags and 21 home runs. 21-21. Am I right? So congratulations to him on that accomplishment. What a turnaround season. I mean, really. I mean, everybody was hating on him last year. I was, especially the second half of the season. Everybody was hating on him at the beginning part of the season. I was. Notice how I'm, kind of admitting things here. He deserved it. But guess what? He turned it around in a big way. In a really big way. So JT Realmuto is the man, right? The BCIB, best catcher in baseball. Now, Bum's bat continues to remain absolutely silent. There's nothing but crickets. As he goes 0 for 4, he was able to draw a walk, but still very disappointing. And of course, Nick Castellanos going against the amazing pitching staff of the Washington Nationals goes hitless. Why should I expect anything more? Brandon Marsh collects 2 knocks out in center, also scoring one of the Phillies' 5 runs, as he also struck out once as well. And Gene Segura, of course, collecting 2 knocks and driving in the second run of the ballgame on the RBI single that hit Eric Fetty. And Bryson Stott gets to start at short and also collected 2 knocks here this afternoon. Of course, was up at the plate, when the balk took place. So the Phillies collect 11 hits on 5 runs, draw 2 walks, and strike out 8 times. So 11 hits on 5 runs, and the Nationals 7 hits on just 1 measly run. Bailey Falters, 6 innings, 3 hits, no runs allowed, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. So he went more than 5 innings. He was very, very good today. Much better than his last start against the Atlanta Braves. I mean, that was just an off start. Honestly, a lot of that was on Rob Thompson for leaving him in way too long. He was left in way too long. So what a nice rebound. I mean, you're going against a team that, of course, isn't the best, but hey, it's still not easy. Of course, they like to have him only face, the lineup, 2 times through. They did not like to have him face him 3 times through. That's understandable. Zach Eflin in inning, 2 hits, 1 run was earned, and he also strikes out too. A 4.10 ERA for Zach. And Jose Alvarado. Pure dominance. Another scoreless inning, strikes out too. A 3.26 ERA for him. Over his last 15 appearances, he has an 0.63 ERA. Over his last 30 appearances, a 1.63 ERA. Over his last 30 appearances, let that sink in, a 1.63 ERA. How in the world can he not re-sign this guy? He's been incredible. He really has truly been incredible. And this is a guy I thought we would get when we acquired him in December 2020 from the Tampa Bay Rays. And we just hadn't seen it for a while, and now we are finally seeing it. I mean, this is who he can be, and this is who he's being. He's living it out right now. We are watching it unfold, ladies and gentlemen, right in front of our eyes. Jose Alvarado is dominating the league. He is dominating baseball. And Seranthony Dominguez in inning 1 hit, walks 2 and strikes out 1 as well. 2.70 ERA for Sir Anthony. So we collect 11 strikeouts today as a staff, and we walk 4. So certainly not too shabby at all. So as I said, the second game was rained out. Hey, this is still a really nice win. I mean, the offense, is going against a AAA team, but hey, they got the job done after getting shut out the day before. It wasn't a blowout. It wasn't like some truly oh my gosh, do you see what the Phillies did today? But hey, they got back in the win column. They didn't lose. And I have an update for you. In the top of the 7th inning, currently the Brewers are leading the Marlins 1-0. So that's very unfortunate. So hopefully the Marlins maybe could come back. But I don't think so. Their offense has just been absolutely outmatched. So I don't really see that happening. But go take a look at the standings right now. Currently, the Phillies are leading the Brewers by 1 game, and their magic number remains at 6. Now, if the Brewers do lose tonight, which hopefully they do, then the magic number will be 5. Everybody thought the Brewers had it in the bag last night. They had a nice 2-0 lead, a grand slam, and they would lose the game 4-2. So hopefully something like that happens again tonight, and they lose. So 1-5, the first pitch tomorrow afternoon. Kyle Gibson, 10-7 with a 4.84 ERA going against Anibal Sanchez, 3-6 with a 4.06 ERA. We did a pretty good job against Anibal last time we saw him. Remember, that was that awful rain delay that took like 2 million years. And 7-5, the first pitch, the second game. Noah Syndergaard, 9-10 with a 4.12 ERA going against Morrow, 1-0 with a 7.71 ERA. So it's going to be very interesting to see what we do tomorrow. If we could win these 2 games tomorrow, even if they're played, assuming that they're played, I think we're going to be in a very good position. I really do believe so. If we could hopefully take 1 out of those 3 games in Houston, and hopefully we can get the job done. Because honestly, the Brewers, as much as we're absolutely choking, they're choking just as bad as we are. But of course they didn't hold a playoff spot. We did. And of course, for a little while there, we were tied. But as I said, technically, the way the world works, even if you're tied, you're technically still ahead if you did win this the season series, which we have already done against them. So that's why it's just so important to play well against contenders in your league, throughout the course of the season, because you get to this time of year and stuff like that really, really matters. It really, really matters. So, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please turn on that notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media link in the description section at Phillies Hot Stove Media, Instagram. Follow me on Twitter, Happy Hot Stove Media. Card text 267-225-3392. Email me, phillieshotstovemedia@gmail.com. So, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm Luke, and I'll talk to you later. Let's go, Phillies. See you guys.